Touchdown, Alabama, let's get it.
The process, no one can stop this. Hottest show in the streets, I bet you can't top this. Rammer, jammer, yellow hammer, come see how we rock this. Alabama fans the best, there's no way you can top this. Recruiting news and interviews, just sit back and watch this.
Recruiting news and interviews, just sit back and watch this.
The process.
Justin Smith here, the Scouting and Recruiting Analyst, Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Welcome into the process, Crimson Tide Recruiting. Alabama is coming off a huge recruiting weekend as they hosted the Ole Miss Rebels. You guys can check out Alabama's recruiting updates from this weekend on touchdownalabama.com. Alabama did offer 2023 defensive back Tony Mitchell out of Thompson High School in Alabaster, Alabama over the weekend. You can check out his reaction to his latest offer from the Tide on touchdownalabama.com as well. As Alabama heads into the bye week, the Tide and Nick Saban will look to re-energize and recharge so they can power through the rest of the season. But there's no time to re-energize and recharge on the recruiting trail as Alabama looks to add a couple more talented recruits to their 2020 recruiting class. They currently have 23 verbal commits in the 2020 recruiting cycle. So in this edition of the process, I wanted to take a look at some recruits in the 2020 recruiting class that Alabama would like to flip. I'll also give you guys an update on Alabama's defensive tackle commit, Jason Jones, as I got a chance to see Calera High School take on Bibb County High School over the weekend. I'm going to let you guys see some of the things I saw from Jones and break down what I saw from the 300-pound defensive tackle. So with that being said, let's get the process started. I got a chance to travel to Centerville, Alabama over the weekend to check out Alabama's 300-pound defensive tackle commit Jason Elijah Jones out of Calera High School in Calera, Alabama as they took on Bibb County High School over the weekend. As I got a chance to see Jones only in limited action due to the fact that he left the game in the second quarter with a knee injury. The injury was proven not to be too serious as it was just a bruised knee and he was left off the rest of the game for precautionary reasons. But in the limited action that I did get to see Jones, I could tell that he's a guy who can move very well for a 300-pound kid. He can move laterally. I saw him make a big sack in which he had to adjust from side to side as the quarterback attempted to make a move, and I saw him read the quarterback and watch the quarterback's hip and make a play on the ball and come up with a huge sack. I also like the fact that Jones played on both sides of the ball, which is something you usually see from a player who plays for a smaller school, not from a guy who currently plays at a 6A school. I was really impressed with that. He didn't really need too many breaks as he did play both sides of the ball in the limited action where I got to see him. I think where he can develop more and become a better football player if he develops more of a violent streak. I think if he develops that violent and mean streak for a 300-pound guy inside, he'll be a monster at the next level and really come into himself for Alabama and the Tide. There's some things I did see from Jones in the limited action where I got to see him. But as I said earlier, I really wanted to focus on this episode of the process. I really wanted to focus this episode on Alabama possibly flipping some guys who are currently verbally committed to other schools. So that's where we're going to go to next. The first guy I want to talk about as far as Alabama possibly flipping him is Auburn's 4-star 2020 wide receiver commit J.J. Evans out of Montevallo High School in Montevallo, Alabama. When consider the fact that Evans does play for Montevallo High School, which is an hour or so away from Tuscaloosa. He's much closer to Tuscaloosa than he is to Auburn, but he did grow up a huge Auburn fan as I got a chance to interview Evans as his recruitment really started to take shape in October. He's a kid who leaped onto the scene in October, racking up more than 10 offers in between October and November, and these offers came from big time schools like Georgia, Alabama, and Auburn, all schools who really jumped on this kid in between October and November. But due to the fact that he grew up an Auburn fan, I think his family has a lot of ties to the Auburn Tigers. He committed to the Auburn Tigers and looks to be firmly committed to them at the moment. But Alabama did get a chance to host Evans over the weekend, and he said he will make a return visit to Tuscaloosa as well. I did get a chance to speak to Evans earlier in the season. I asked him was he going to take an official to Tuscaloosa, and he said it was possible and it still could possibly be on the table. But now with him taking a visit to Ole Miss, during Ole Miss weekend. I think that he really enjoyed that. I think he's going to make a return visit to Alabama. I'm unsure if he's going to take an official visit to Alabama at the moment, but he's the guy who stands out as far as Alabama possibly flipping him. I think Alabama is still in play as far as J.J. Evans' recruitment is concerned. I think it's going to take a lot for the Tide to possibly flip him, but at the moment, he is a name to look out for. Kayshon Boutte, a 4-star wide receiver out of Westgate High School in Louisiana, is another guy Alabama would like to flip. Boutte is currently verbally committed to LSU. When Alabama offered Boutte, he expressed to me that Alabama's offer is an offer he always wanted. He also told me that Alabama will definitely get an official visit from him after he visited Alabama in July. He also expressed to me in July that his relationship with Alabama's coaching staff is really strong at the moment, especially his relationship with Alabama's defensive coordinator, Pete Golden, who has a lot of Louisiana ties. Boutte is a guy who is very athletic. He's a two-sport athlete, currently runs track and plays football for Westgate High School, similar to what Alabama's current wide receiver Henry Ruggs did in high school. Ruggs was actually a 3-sport star as he played basketball, ran track, and was a great athlete on the football field, and it shows in his game now. So Boutte is another one of those guys who's going to come in as a very athletic kid. And I think Alabama was in a good position with him now, and I think that Pete Golden is going to play a large role in Alabama possibly flipping Boutte. The next guy up is another LSU commit and 5-star cornerback, number 1 cornerback in the nation, Elias Ricks out of IMG Academy in Florida. Elias Ricks expressed recently that his recruitment is far from over. Ricks is a 5-star cornerback, as I mentioned, out of IMG Academy. He once played for Mater Dei High School on last season. He transferred from Mater Dei to IMG Academy for his senior season. He has been verbally committed to LSU for a while now. He's a lengthy defensive back, one of the top defensive backs in the 2020 recruiting class, as he is rated as the number 1 cornerback in the nation. This is a guy who's a lengthy defensive back who can make plays. He's a defensive playmaker. This is a kid who once had 3 pick sixes in one game. So he's definitely a defensive playmaker on the back end. So you know that Nick Saban and Alabama's defensive coordinator Pete Golden are not going to stop going after Ricks. And I think that Alabama is in the mix for a possible flip for him at some point, but I think they are far from that point at the moment. But I definitely think that Alabama is in position to do that if they keep pushing and keep grinding for Ricks. I think he's definitely a special kid, and Alabama would definitely like to add him to the 2020 recruiting class. That will do it for this edition of The Process. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Touchdown Alabama Magazine's YouTube page. Visit touchdownalabama.com to stay updated on all of Alabama football. And also download the Touchdown Alabama app. The app is available with Google Play. Also through the Apple App Store, you guys can download the app to stay updated on all of Alabama football and all of Alabama football recruiting. Before I let you guys go, I also want to announce that The Process will be available and will be screened on Touchdown Alabama Magazine's YouTube page every Monday and Wednesday. So stay updated with all of Alabama's recruiting news every Monday and Wednesday with The Process. Thank you guys so much for watching.